steps in a positive light. With the influence of Jupiter on this new moon, it's kind of pushing us to maybe take a leap of faith, have some confidence, and let the rest just figure itself out, and to prepare or allow for some time to really write down the story, those intentions of this new year to come. So if you have been feeling a little topsy-turvy, like the Turvettes, if you listen to my show when I pull the Fae, confused about what this new year will reign in, this is a moon of direction. And after a year that may have felt a little bit more chaotic than usual, it's time to take a breath and take a pause. There's no need to rush in, no need to commit to something without knowing the entire offer that's being placed upon the table. But as always, there may be a spin to that as well, a benefit to the spin. So it's time to lead from the gates, ushering in a new year with
Ooh, just checking out myself, listening to my own muse. Inshallah and Ashe, the new moon apexed early this morning. Did your TV randomly turn on? Mine sure did. Or any other technical device. It was actually quite strange. So while we're waiting for people to hop on to the show, the live stream, or to tune into the replay, listen. With the new moon, our inner baby, nurturing our inner love story, that love child is actually the main stage. So if you find those aspects of your emotions maybe that are lacking love or loveless, in the way that you stand, that you're present in your body, the inner world, maybe you're self-leading or are you self-loathing? It's time to really raise our love quotient, our vibration an octave higher, which is actually necessary all the time. But how we open up for our soul today, our heart, how we see ourselves, be present in the mirror. You know, it's like calling in sick because the energy feels dreary and cold, where our heart is looking for the feast, the celebration, like what's on the heart's menu today. The docket. What is the foundation that's creating a sacred heart that actually feels safe in our embodiedness? Raising all of our wishes, our rituals, dreams, intentions, an octave higher. It's like yes, and what else? So whatever your plans are that you wish to bring into fruition into the future, literally raising that octave a notch. So our heart is online, our heart central, along with our sacral emotional center, along with our power pathway, the command centers in our hands, if you will. So using our voice to invoke the words of enlightenment. And our moons are moving forward. It's like having those inner womb mates. And I guess my inner connection is having issues. I hope I don't freeze again. That looks like I did. Maybe I'm recording. Yep, we're doing great. Either way, our wounds, it sounds like I'm saying moods, are moving forward. The energy vibration of having our own inner authenticity, integrity, aligning with a higher heart octave, love to a newer octave of our own garden. So if your main ingredient, which is always should be streaming love streams, universal merging with personal, that will happen. And our heart space and our sacral space become unified in this divine orchestrated dance to achieve that octave of that outcome. So, I mean, I don't know if you did it, but I did create 12 or 13 months of wishes and intentions, goals for each season and the upcoming cycle. That's kind of like the secret sauce within our emotional field. It's the main ingredient for any and all of our manifestations to arrive or to dissipate, either way. That's why these universal love streams, along with our personal love streams, is co-creating with Creator. It's a power in all of creations of those habitats, desires, dreams, wishes. It's really a wish-filled day. So be specific, rinse and repeat, and be as detail-orientated as you possibly can. So these wishes can stream forward, holding the note, the frequency, the tonality, the magic, and the music for each and every one, and then some for each month or each season. I prefer seasons myself. Seasons of the year or the cycles of life. We're all in it, right? We're in the spin. But with that, welcome to the Daily Snippet. I am your host, a practicing holistic shaman and medium, an otherworldly life coach, and a subtle energetic surgeon. But I do go by the term holistic shaman medium, which is just a cosmic soup of them all. It's emerging. And my intention is to utilize the indigenous technologies along with these elemental realms, nature, our original divine blueprint to navigate our soul's harmonic through these realms, imaginal, elemental, and otherwise, along with the shaman's portal, our eighth energetic center, the cosmos, the subtle realms, and really so much more, navigating these fields with offerings, prescriptions, and rituals, usually the otherworldly kind, sometimes in the world, to really add to our main stage ingredients, the sauce of whatever your personal container, your medicine is, your prime directive, your life purpose, your gift and purpose, maybe just assisting you in discovering or navigating whatever your inner genius is, your personal medicine, your light, your star light, that I believe we all are, maybe opening the door to reintroducing you to the magical being that resides within each and every one of us, so that we can raise the octave a little bit lighter. Not a little, but a lot. My name is Tonya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. And if you have yet to subscribe to my channels, please do, YouTube or otherwise. I'm changing things up come 2023. Tonya D on YouTube, Musing with Tonya D, my podcast, which is going to be amazing, I can already tell. Saturn's in the house. It's the last Otherworldly podcast for 2022. And the Power Pathway is online for the season of Capricorn. If you are part of Change Your Stars, the opportunity there, the seed of the season, be your own badass boss, be your own command center inside of yourself. That's kind of what's correlating or being choreographed. And also, I always like to give a big shout out to the village, my growing community. Shay and blessings, new subscribers, and also those of you that tune in and look forward to my muse every day. Gratitude as well. And even if you're tuning in on the replay. And if you don't mind, of course, hitting the bell button and the white button so you're notified. It reminds me of the white rabbit every time I say the white button. And remember, a comment or a share does get you a message for your day to get you on your way. And of course, you can also find me on other social channels, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, having a little hiccups. It's quite, I call that interference, actually, when you're doing something great. And remember, I am your otherworldly assistant. You are your own healer. We all are, but sometimes we need an otherworldly life coach assistant to kind of get us out of our own magical way and get us on our way sometimes. And the daily snippet, what do I muse about here? The cosmic energy, the galaxy, the elementals, the subtle energies, and really so much more. A message for our day, along with the subtle energies that are activated, I guess, and an elemental foundation that we can tune into. But being that we're in the season of Capricorn, I do feel that the Power Pathway is the command center that's online. It's kind of an out-of-body alumni, if you will. So we've got the power to hold sacred space, a loving emotional space today, for the decisions to love thyself. What am I trying to say? Have you ever felt your emotions like literally come forward, like front forward along with your heart, kind of taking notice of your daily life, your environment, feeling your feelings to do something for yourself, being self-responsible first? It's kind of an asset of tough love. It's a serious side to be loving. And we all are aware of the dark father, the strict coldness, those opposing forces, the strictness, the responsible side, and the emotional love tides. It literally is kind of like waking up from the dark ages. So we have to ask ourselves, are we being universal in our divine love for ourselves, or are we being strict like the dark ages where we can't have any love for ourselves? And what's the nature in what we decide for ourselves in that love barometer? Love really is the main ingredient. So when we are pouring our own self-love into our own inner nature, if you've failed to love yourself in your inner world over the past few months, that rippling of energy may become apparent in any area of your environment, your world. It may be percolating through the ethers, the etheric, as a situation, a chance for change, a challenge, an energetic hiccup, even a Morse code, if you will, a signal or sigil. So this is the stage. It's the moment of this coagulation to take some initiation of self-responsibility to love yourself in ways that you wish to be loved, doing it for yourself first. It's not about the extra spicy or the overly hard that we can be on ourselves. We all do that on our own. It's literally the opposite. So if you want to be a loving person, then respond to any event outside of you and discover kindness, love, peace, joy, happiness in all of those realms, seeing things differently. So it's like, what is your love quotient quality of self-love? And where you can, Where can you be less strict to yourself, be more kind, be more loving in a responsible, more determined way, and raising that octave, taking it higher? It's your love quotient. And if it's in a low vibration, literally take it up a notch. If that means using essential oils, my favorite would be ylang-ylang or bergamot, sandalwood, patchouli. I mean, it really just depends. But you do you. I would probably be bringing in some ylang-ylang. I don't have any announcements today. Just if you have yet to tune into the Musing Moon meditation, that is on the highway for your listening pleasure. And I do hope that you have been honoring your soul plans, your goals for 2023, kind of invoke, kind of muse about it. And for sure, I'm feeling that I am adding the water rabbit to the Rising of the Origins immersion. If you go to my website, just know, don't panic. I've got to update that there. There are some goodies, of course, in the portal. You can join the wait list if your soul's nudging you to be a part of that. But our options, I went with mulled wine. I don't know, something mulled. You could do cider. It doesn't really matter. Oh, and then like a celebration table, preparing for a feast. And also a Christmas tree out in nature, which I think is just more amazing. Out in the cold snow. Decorate an outdoor Christmas tree. Bringing it inside. So those are your options for the cards. And the elemental highway, that does give us insight into energy healing, energy medicine, artists of energy healing, the elemental realm, and working with light, sound, and vibration for healing, adding energy medicine to your practice through the realm of the elementals. I utilize it through the skin, the largest organ. The body never lies. I've done a lot of amazing things. Reading the language of the body through the elementals, once you understand your choreography of your elemental realm. I use the 4 pillars in Chinese astrology along with meridians and pathways. So yeah, it's really fascinating and it does work. Of course, it is otherworldly, right? So on the elemental highway, and I should have brought in the hour, but here we are. We've got a yang metal dog of a day. Yang metal is unrefined. The Zhangzhu. I don't even know if I say those right, but it's all about fun, right? So we have a big metal, rocky mountain, or I would say a rock cliff. Our day is still flowing to the end of the year, ending at the tiger. The dog is support for our day, but dogs are loyal. So, it's kind of reminds me of like a white dog, I don't know, versus a black dog in color, or a red one, doesn't really matter. But we're in the flow, we're doing the dance, we're tidying things up for the weekend, we're disciplined, we've got willpower, structure, believing in setting some higher standards possibly. But our day is a resource. The dog is a resource for our day. Some assistance, it could be a boss, a mentor, somebody that is nurturing us, giving us a foundation, if you will. And the yin fire and storage, that's giving us some guidance. It's forging our day into being something useful, productive. And we do have full steam ahead with all that water, producing something. This might be creating a rusty, kind of scratchy voice or a magical voice, one that flows like artists, musicians, performing, performances, creativity, maybe like a Christmas performance. But be kind, be a kind tiger at the end of the day. That's where we're flowing into again. Earth would actually be a great asset for a few reasons. Doing an earth ritual, bury your intentions for 2023 so that they can sprout in the spring. Start planting them now so they flourish. One great wish really does create a domino effect. So play with that idea. But there was something else I wanted to say. Oh, the earth. There's a few reasons besides the ritual for earth. We've got so much water, but the earth is actually going to give us more, birth more of the metal. You could bring metal in as well, but it's also going to give all that water direction. So we could bring in more earth or metal. You decide. I'm not going to decide for you. Go with what you feel. And if you're full of earth, you might want a different elemental. You might just feel balanced. Options. Okay, our choices. Again, you could do cider, mulled cider. I went with mulled wine for your options. Setting the table, which is great. A ritual right there. Celebration of life, living, and deceased. Doesn't really matter. The ancestors. And also the Christmas tree out in nature, which is a magical thing. So the messages, we do have some interesting cards for the day, to say the least. So just depending what you chose. And where are my cards? Uh-oh, hang on, I might have a hiccup here. I do have a hiccup. This might be kind of curious. Okay, well, we do have one of my cards. I'm going to have to do a little musing here. But the Sovereign of Cups, this is intuitive, kind, empathetic. This is hilarious. Interference is great. Water, emotions, relationships, healing, subconscious healing, maybe connection. Chiron is moving, so that could be subconscious. But the Sovereign of Cups is a placeholder, a space holder. Perceptive, intuitive, nurturing, warm, heart-centered. These people have the ability to anticipate the needs. It's like futuring, providing a container for healing to actually happen. This could represent a person in your life or yourself, but don't fear. It's leaning into this energy for some support. So if you're feeling that this actually represents you, this message could be calling you to step deeply into your intuitive and healing arts. It really does indicate that whatever is happening for you right now in the moment, it's important that you use your intuition, your internal guidance system, turn off your rational brain and connect to that inner compass along with your heart space, especially I would say with the new moon, really tuning into your intuition and try to turn that default system, being like Spock, turn that off, which can happen a lot of times when we're just trying to figure things out. Trusting our intuition, whatever it's showing you, it's not going to actually lead us astray. So I've got to figure out here where I did put my other cards. So you got to bear with me, kids. Looks like they popped off. Hang on, I've got to move things. Bear with me. So over here we go. I'm going to get rid of that though. Let's get rid of you. Okay. This is exciting. Bear with me. Oh, I did do a podcast this morning. Let's get you out of the way. Okay, the next one, I'm going to drop this in there. So let's get that out of the way. If you chose the mulled wine, did I even say what you chose in the first one? Who knows? There we go. This is the Sovereign of Coins. Okay, if you chose the Sovereign of Coins, just kidding. If you chose the mulled wine, this is the Sovereign of Coins. I said that. It's earth, physical, money, ego, nature, having a foundation, even a business. I would say this really kind of feels Capricornian kind of energy, where the Sovereign of Cups is the new moon energy. Their queen. This is financial security. It's being reliable, nurturing, and grounded. Where water is more emotional grounding, right? Emotional foundation. And we do have access to luxury. These kind of people like to keep their life simple, simplicity. It's white, black, or brown, if you will, to be present in the body and even to be present for those around them, not letting their focus on home life or relationships fool us. These people are more formidable. It is Capricornian energy, especially when it comes to business, 10th house kinds of things. They have a lot of life experience, even though they're not older. They're old when they're young and young when they're old, that kind of frequency. And they can guide each other with ease and us. So everything the Sovereign of Coins does is to support the village around them, creating a secure, harmonious environment for them. But being that it's found us today, it kind of is a sovereign day. So this indicates a desire for stability, groundedness, wealth, so that we can be generous to the village around us. It's kind of a message that's kind of asking us to remember that in order to reach this space, this place, that we must see everything from that higher octave, that higher perspective. Don't get really reactive or caught up in those trivial pursuits, and just embody the energy of the Sovereign of Coins. To do so really is balance, it's practicality, it's warmth, it's nurturing. So just try to be curious about where you can grow in those areas of your life. That's kind of the message there. Okay, I have to pull this back over here. I was going to pull it at the same time. However, I didn't want you to see what the next message is. If you chose the Christmas tree, this is hilarious. least I find humor in myself, right? If we can't laugh at ourselves, who can we laugh at? Just saying that out loud. Okay, we got another sovereign here. Hang on, I'm switching so I can stare at myself. The final message, if you chose the Christmas tree. We have the Sovereign of Wands. So this is hilarious. I cracked it, and there was another card. I probably should have grabbed it because it probably would have been the other sovereign. However, the Sovereign of Swords. This is fire, it's inspiration, it's raw, wild energy, passion, excitement. So we're kind of in this flow. It's empowerment, it's confidence, and we've got warmth again. But this is the abundance of energy, multitasking, but we're up for it, or are we? We're definitely capable. We're feeding off this energy, the movement of it. Maybe we're all excited about this opportunity. Maybe we're in the streams where we're comfortable when we're just creating flow. So it's a message kind of like amazing things are working out. They're being made. They're producing. Maybe you're finding that people are just magically drawn to you because this card has an energy about it. And people want to be close to us when we carry this frequency. So it's this holding space for a village, a community, serving others, but still being mindful of our relationships and balance. It's all about balance, right? But being that it's otherworldly, it's a signal that things are arriving in a variety of ways, a plethora of ways, maybe unexpected ways. Maybe some things are bringing a realization of who we are authentically, like what we do need, what you will or will not do. So it's kind of an empowering space with all these sovereigns in general, but this one for sure is more focused on their inner world inside of themselves. So it's kind of a message that it would be a great time to set up some solitude, some alone time, some sacred space, and really prioritize the relationship that you have with yourself. So this is the heart, right? It's the heart center, a very curious day. So we are in the heart. We have all of these sovereigns. We had the heart of earth. We had Capricorn. We have the heart of emotions, which is the waters. And we have the heart of queens, which they're all queens, the heart of our essence. So it's kind of like saying taking space and time with our intentions and using the energy of the new moon, our emotional foundation. So this is a moment in time and space where we can be the most loving energy within ourselves. And the decisions that we commit to in these manifestations, these intentions, invocations, are going to manifest how we feel about ourselves. To thine own self be true. So feelings are a barometer to determine the quality of those decisions that we make within ourselves. So feeling inside of ourselves, I would possibly be drawing the line and taking your own inner authority and decide to what level are you able to love yourself, but raising that frequency up a notch or 10. I don't think we normally pour enough kindness to our own heart. To thine own heart be true. I'm not going to do any affirmations today. I want you to sit in your own sacred space, raise your octave, listen to what your intuition is sending you. But the seed sounds, the Mongolian rock band, if you haven't heard them, that's the seed sound of earth. It's guttural throat music. It's amazing. I love them. I just want to say that out loud. The Who is what they're called. And the heart. The heart channel is the Yam channel. But I'd also bring in the sacral for the waters, the Vam seed sound, especially if your emotional foundation is topsy-turvy-ish. I would do an earth ritual, planting seeds, invoking nature to bring your intentions to fruition in 2023. For sure, make it merry, jolly, and joyful, blissful, rainbow bliss. And kind of up in the air for Monday. I may be here, I may be there. So ashe, ashe, ashe. Make it a great holiday weekend. Be safe, be sacred, and enjoy. Blessings. See if I messed this up. Nah, we're doing great.
Saturn, again, is the structure and responsibility. It brings those lessons to life, the trials, the tribulations, the disciplines, the practice, and being committed to those tests that push us past our limits. But just know Saturn only gives us what we can handle. And when things don't go our way, Saturn assists us to recognize that every mistake is really just a life lesson. There is no such thing as failures, only learning curves or those moments of learn. That's why the ringed planet is also known as the planet of karma, because it provokes those spiritual causes and effects in our lives to move us forward. And that ringed planet, the motto behind it is I achieve, because it guides us towards fulfilling our goals. And we can't achieve anything without a little bit of structure. So Saturn keeps us organized and focused on what we have sitting in front of us. Not always pleasant, I might ask.